Captain Kai Nortega was the sole bastion of hope in a galaxy overcome by darkness. Once a fleet of thousands, the Alliance fleet had been whittled down to its final warrior. Inside the compact metallic cocoon of his state-of-the-art fighter ship, the Seraphim 6, he waited. Every beat of his heart echoed the rhythmic dance of the warning lights that flashed around him. His gaze was fixed on the tactical display, each blinking red dot representing a formidable adversary. A sea of these dots was now swarming towards Earth, painting a vivid picture of impending doom. With every new warning signal, a shiver of dread and anticipation cascaded down his spine. This was the final curtain, the ultimate defense against total annihilation. It was not a legendary saga sung by bards, nor a picturesque tale from space operas. It was an unembellished, savage fight for the future. The vast canvas of the cosmos outside his viewport was alive with movement. It seemed every star had birthed an enemy ship, each one unique in design but united in purpose. These ships shimmered with neon hues, casting an eerie, otherworldly luminescence in the void of space. This invasion fleet, with its uncanny speed and power, had made Earth's defenses look like child's play. Within hours they had rendered the planet vulnerable, exposed to their malevolent intentions. But in their equations of conquest, they had made one oversight: the indomitable spirit of Captain Kai. Drawing a deep breath, Kai gripped the controls with resolve. The weight of the world's expectations pressed on him, but he would not waver. With the ferocity of a hawk diving for its prey, he activated the Seraphim 6's thrusters, plunging himself into the heart of the enemy ranks. The Seraphim 6 was a marvel of human engineering, a testament to the pinnacle of our technological prowess. It was a symphony of deadly weapons, impenetrable shields, and blistering propulsion systems, each module functioning in perfect harmony. And at its helm was Captain Kai Nortega, Earth's final hope in the face of overwhelming odds. Amidst a rain of bullets, which stitched patterns as intricate as an ancient tapestry across the vast expanse of space, Kai demonstrated unparalleled skill. With each deft swerve and roll, he showcased his years of rigorous training, slipping through the deadly nets that the enemies cast. Whenever his weapons found their mark, the vacuum of space was painted with brilliant flares of color. These radiant explosions were ephemeral, glowing briefly as if to honor the adversary he had vanquished, before dissipating into the cold void. However, this dance of destruction seemed unending. For every ship that met its fiery demise, a pair surged forward, eager to fill the gap left behind. The relentless horde advanced, adapting and innovating with each assault. Their formations grew denser, their trajectories more unpredictable, and their firepower intensified. A sudden jolt reverberated through the Seraphim 6 as an enemy missile narrowly missed its mark, grazing the ship's shields. The cockpit's ambiance was punctuated by the calm, synthesized voice of the onboard AI. "Shields now at 40%. The alert brought a new level of urgency. Kai's fingers danced across the console with heightened fervor, resembling a maestro commanding an orchestra of lights and sounds. His every move was a balance between defense and offense, seeking openings while safeguarding his vessel from harm. But as the battle raged on, Kai's intuition, honed by countless skirmishes, began to gnaw at him. He recognized the grim truth. His time-tested tactics, no matter how refined, would not suffice against this unyielding tide. The scales of the conflict needed to be tipped in his favor, and for that, a bold gambit was required. He began plotting his next move, one that could shift the balance and alter the course of the battle. In the recesses of his memory, a hazy briefing surfaced, a clandestine discussion about a weapon of last resort. The Alliance fleet's top brass had spoken of it in hushed tones, as if its mere mention could bring about cataclysm. The hypernova bomb. Even the name carried with it a weight of immense power and foreboding. While its capabilities were tremendous, it came with a caveat. The weapon was experimental, its full effects unknown. Its deployment was to be the final gambit, a desperate throw of the dice when all else failed. His decision made, Kai's hand darted to a concealed compartment beneath the console. He felt the contour of a switch hidden away from regular systems, safeguarded for this dire moment. As he activated it, the Seraphim 6 underwent a profound transformation. The ship's typical steady hum evolved into a roaring crescendo. From every circuit, conduit, and core, energy began to be siphoned, streaming and converging towards the ship's epicenter. It was as if the very soul of the Seraphim 6 was being awakened, readying itself for an unparalleled release of power. Sensing the imminent threat, the enemy fleet adjusted its tactics. Their individual motivations coalesced into a single-minded objective: to neutralize the Seraphim 6 before the hypernova bomb could be unleashed. Their attacks amplified in ferocity and precision. Laser beams crisscrossed the starscape, missiles streaked with a frenzied pace, and the area around Kai became a tempest of deadly projectiles. But Captain Kai Nortega was a master of his craft. The Seraphim 6 became an extension of him, moving with a dancer's grace and a predator's agility. Each evasive maneuver was a symphony of precision, dodging incoming threats with mere inches to spare. The cockpit became a crucible of focus, where every millisecond counted and each decision carried life-altering consequences. Amidst this maelstrom, Kai's resolve never wavered. He knew that this singular opportunity was all he had. The fate of Earth and its inhabitants rested on this defining moment, on the success of the hypernova bomb, and on Kai's ability to see his mission through to the very end. In a moment of profound determination, Captain Kai Nortega made his move. Activating the mechanism, the Seraphim 6's core released the fabled hypernova bomb. Space itself seemed to pause as the weapon emerged, building and swelling like a star about to undergo supernova. What followed was a cataclysmic explosion of unparalleled magnitude. A tidal wave of iridescent white energy, both mesmerizing and terrifying, unfurled in all directions. It was as if a miniature sun had been birthed amidst the stars, its luminosity challenging the very essence of the cosmos. The void around Kai transformed into a majestic theater of radiance and annihilation. The once threatening enemy ships were caught in the unyielding grip of the explosion. Their formidable armors and shields, which had until now posed such a challenge, melted away as if they were mere ice under a blistering sun. One by one, the leviathans of the invasion fleet were either obliterated or grievously damaged, their previous aura of invincibility now shattered. As the incandescent glow began to wane, giving way to the vast darkness of space once more, Kai assessed the aftermath. Before him, the once mighty invasion fleet lay in disarray. Their once cohesive formations were now clusters of disoriented ships, aimlessly floating, their systems overwhelmed by the hypernova's onslaught. Kai's once overwhelmed tactical display was transformed. The relentless tide of red that had signified impending doom was now but scattered blips, each indicating a faltering enemy vessel. While his ship bore scars from the fierce engagement and his body felt the strain of intense combat, Kai's spirit remained indomitable. Drawing a deep, steadying breath, he felt a renewed vigor, a spark of hope. Victory, which had seemed an elusive dream, was now within grasp. Rallying the Seraphim 6 for another assault, he surged forward. Though he was but one pilot in the vastness of space, Kai Nortega embodied the resilience and determination of an entire planet. He was the beacon of hope, proving that when backed into a corner, even a single guardian of the stars could make a stand and change the tide of battle.